Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy the next video. I hope you see something that you like, that you learn something that you want to try, or that you have questions that you would want to do the research and see if it's something you want to do. Alrighty, enjoy the video. I will be using this particular template up top. This one is a SS6. I've never worked with SS6. I don't like SS6 because I think they're too small. The lowest I would go is a 10. Well, most of the time, that's all I work with. Hey, Jackie, how are you? Most of the time, all I work with is SS10 because I think that's the Goldilocks size of a rhinestone. As a matter of fact, it's the most popular size that rhinestone users use. But anywho, so this is my template. These are my stones. Hotfix Crystal. Crystal is the #1 color that we use. This is my hanger. And I'm going to put the word right in this area of the hanger. And as you see, it's not that wide or high. So that's why I had to use the SS6 rhinestones, because the SS10, which is here, was too big. And I normally use this brush when brushing in my rhinestones, but since my area is so small, I'm going to use this one. And if I have trouble brushing in the SS6 rhinestones, then I'm going to use my picker tool. Hopefully I won't. Even though the template is not that big, it shouldn't take me that long if I had to hand place them. But I've heard a couple of people say they don't like SS6 rhinestones because since they're so small, they're harder to brush in. But we shall see. Like I said, this is my first time using SS6. So I'm waiting for the heat press to heat up. I need it to get up to 350, so I'm sure by the time I finish brushing it in and picking it up with the transfer tape and everything, it should be at temperature. Yep, we are at 344, so let's get started. And I always like to pour more stones than I think I need, because that friction of them bumping into each other helps them go where they need to go. Okay, so far so good. It looks like they doing what they supposed to do. They going in place. And if I see a couple of holes that won't accept the stone, I don't keep brushing, because sometimes you brush and you knock stones out of place, out of the holes that they already fell into. And I put my brush at a slant to brush them out, so hopefully I won't interfere with the stones that are already in place. Alrighty, that did pretty good. Let me get in closer because it looked like, nope, that stone is good. Okay, all the stones went in place. Now that shocked me, because like I said, a couple of other people that have used SS6, they don't like it because they say it's harder to brush in, but that did pretty good. Uh-oh, I just brushed one out of place. See what I'm saying? Over brushing, you can brush it one out of place. Alrighty, let me use my picker tool. Well, that gave me an opportunity to use my picker tool. And right here, my end got messed up. I ran out of flock on the cutting mat, and so I said I wasn't going to cut it again because this is just for demonstration purposes. So let me try to place those two stones in place. Yeah, I think that's it. Alrighty, so let me get my transfer tape together. And I know when I first started doing this, I would get so nervous trying to pick up the rhinestones because your transfer tape is staticky, right? It has static on it. So as you're going down, don't hesitate, because if you go down like this and then hesitate, you may pull the stones from that friction, that static. It may pull some of the stones out of place. So let me move that over so I can get, let me get back focused. Okay. I needed to be over it in order to do it. So I like to turn my tape in like a U, a taco shape. Go down in the center, and there you go. Let me get these extra stones out my way. Okay, and I just press on the tape so that the rhinestones can adhere to the tape. And when I'm pulling up the tape, I go slow, because sometimes the stones will be stubborn and they'll stay in place, just like that one right there. So I'll just go back down and add some more pressure so that it can follow suit. And you don't want to jerk your tape, because again, that can cause the stones to fly across the room. So all of them got picked up, and what I like to do is place my tape down like that and inspect each of the stones on the back to make sure that there is glue on the back. And you can kind of tell that it is, because it'll either be black or dark gray, and all of them are covered. Now, if I was finished with this, meaning if I was getting the transfer ready for a customer, I'll put the backing on, and then there we go. There's your rhinestone transfer. Package it up, send it to your customer. Okay, but since this is for demonstration purposes, I'm going to cut this, because one word is going to go on one side of the hanger, and then it's going to go on the, so I got, wait a minute. And I like to put my templates on this plastic. That way I don't have to, it's permanently on there. I mean, I can pull it up if I need be, but I don't want to. I like to keep it on these plastic mats, because the more you pull on your template, you run the risk of stretching your holes out of place, and you don't want that, because then you'll have problems brushing in your rhinestones because you done stretched out your circles. Okay, so I like to use these mats. I get them, the Dollar Tree sell them. It come in a pack, 2 for $1.25, but they probably be going up shortly. And I think it's the 11 by 14. And they also sell them on Amazon. Amazon's is a little bigger. Theirs is a 12 by 15, which is good, because the width of flock is 12 inches. So that will work perfect. But if you have a template that's bigger than 15 inches, then I guess you got to find something else. But anywho, so that's my hanger. I'm going to go over to the heat press and heat this up. I like to do a 5-second press to get the moisture out, because, okay, some kind of way I put my, there we go. I put my phone on the stand wrong. Moisture is not good for anything, any type of pearl that you're going to use, HTV, rhinestones, or whatever. That to have longevity, you got to do like a 5-second press, to get the moisture out. Okay? So, 1 second. I'm going to go over to the heat press. Lay that down like that. All I need is about 5 seconds. Okay. Now that will remove the moisture from the hanger, from your garment, etc., etc. Alrighty. Let's get back in action. Okay, so I got to do one side at a time. So we're going to do the bride first. Okay, I'm going to center it as best as I can. Okay. That's how it is on the hanger. Alrighty, let's go back to the heat press. And I'll turn you around in a second. And you know, depending on the thickness of your material will determine how much time your garment may need. Now, this is like a velvet type of material. So, generally with that or a t-shirt, my heat settings is 350 degrees for 15 seconds. If you have something thicker like denim or a thick hoodie material, then you will go longer. You don't increase your temperature, but you increase your time. All right, we are focused. So I got it set for 350, 15 seconds, medium pressure. And it's a hot peel. But when I open it up, I'm gonna go slow because sometimes, like I said, if this is the first time that I've done it on this material, so I'm not 100% that 15 seconds is enough time, but we gonna see. So I'm gonna go slow. And I'm sure it's hot. Let me turn you around. Hopefully that's focused. Okay. That looks real nice. Real nice. So on the flip side, I'm going to put the other transfer. That over so I can be in the center. Now, if I was doing this for a customer, I would have my tape measure to make sure that everything is centered. But this is just for demonstration purposes. Okay. So I'm getting ready to take this back over to the heat press, and then I'll come back. You already saw me do it once, so it's the same process. Put it on the heat press, 350 degrees for 15 seconds. Hot peel. Yeah, but go slow, because sometimes, especially if you're using a material that you haven't before, you want to go slow to make sure that those stones have adhered. Okay. Uh-oh. One of my stone. Uh-oh, I missed a stone. Right here. It wasn't nowhere near my transfer. So, not a problem. I'm going to grab me a stone. Put it in place. Go back to the heat press. Now, hopefully by me carrying over there that the stone won't shift. I'll be right back. That happens sometimes. Sometimes I got my light shining in front of me and it's those stones be sparkling. So sometimes it's hard, especially if you have bad eyesight like me. It's hard to see. Okay. There we go. You see that shine? Shine on one side, bright on the other. No, that's just rhinestones. They have a hot peel. Like some HTVs we use have a hot peel. So it just depends on the medium that you're using will determine, you know, whether it's a hot peel, a cool peel, or a cold peel. But Hotfix Rhinestones, hot peel. Once you pull up that heat press, take it off the heat press, you can pull the tape off. And so that's basically it. Yep, that's basically it. So like I said, you can do it for weddings, you know, like you have a wedding party and they want to have a hanger for the mother of the bride, the grandmother of the bride, the maid of honor. I think that would be a nice bundle package to offer. But again, like I said, depending on the size of your hanger. I mean, there are hangers out there that gives you more room, but this particular hanger, I think I got this from Dollar Tree. I did. You know. And so since I had to use this small font, I couldn't do a script font because originally I had started with this font, right? Thinking that it would work, but it was too big. That script font was too big, and that's a SS10. So that is it. That is it for my tutorial. I appreciate you coming online, Jacqueline. Alrighty, I'm going to try to come on every other week with something. So I guess that gives me time to think of something to do. So you have a nice weekend and we's be chatting, okay? Bye-bye.